Begin with your feet hip distance apart. And let your upper body just melt over your legs. Let your head hang, and then bend your knees deeply. As you inhale, lift the hips, intend to straighten the legs, but don't worry if they don't get there. Bring the fingertips to the ground if that's available to you, or to your shins. Take a flat back, and then exhale, forward fold with a deep bend in the knees. As you inhale, lift the hips, breathe space and length into the hamstrings. Take the fingertips to the ground for a flat back, and as you exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, micro bend in the knees, tuck the tailbone and round all the way up to standing. As you inhale, lift the arms up overhead, look up. As you exhale, plug the shoulders into the body. Interlace the fingers, take the upper body to the right and then to the left. And on your next inhale, dive forward, letting the head hang, letting the legs be really long before bending the knees deeply and inhaling to straighten. Take a flat back, look ahead, and heel toe the feet together. As you exhale, forward fold, and then round all the way up to standing. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, send the left arm forward, right arm back for a big circle, and we'll do that 2 more times, moving really slowly. Fingers are bright, arms are pushing through the air as if they're pushing through peanut butter. Make sure you're rotating your arm, waking up the shoulder, and then we'll come over to the other side. So right arm forward, left arm back. As you inhale, roll your shoulders back behind you. Go really slow and feel every movement, opening up the chest, waking up the shoulders, waking up the upper back. And on your next inhale, come to stillness. Close your eyes and feel your weight evenly distributed on both feet and all 4 corners of the feet. Bring the hands to your heart. Collarbones are broad. Quietly open your eyes and lift your arms and look up. Exhale, forward fold, chin to shins. Bend the knees if you have to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back with control. Left knee comes down to the ground, lift up. Breathe into the left hip flexor. Little mini back bend here. You want to have a lift in the pelvic floor, so think about the left knee and right foot magnetized. As you inhale, take the fingertips to the ground and step the left foot up towards you just a little bit. Take the toes out to a 45-degree angle. Bring the head to the right leg. And as you inhale, we'll come back into high lunge. Right knee directly over right ankle or slightly behind, arms up overhead. Inhale, hands out in front. Then open up the right arm and look out over your right shoulder. Fingers are bright. Exhale, the shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, come back to center and hands to the ground. Come onto the fingertips. Press all your weight into the right foot and lift the back leg for standing split. Left toes are engaged. And don't worry about getting perfectly straight. Just do the best you can and let that be enough. As you inhale, feet together and forward fold. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes just for a sec to feel your weight evenly distributed on all 4 corners of both feet. Open your eyes. Inhale, lift the arms, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers in line with the toes if you can, chin to shins. As you inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades draw toward each other. Exhale, bend the knees, step the right foot back behind you. Right knee comes down to the ground. Use control. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hips forward. Lift in the pelvic floor. So you want to think about the right knee magnetized with the left foot. As you inhale, we'll take the fingertips down to the ground and we'll step the right foot a little bit closer to your body, just a couple inches, turning the toes out to a 45-degree angle. The whole foot is planted on the floor. You want to bring your left hip back and your right hip forward so your hips are even. So really deep stretch for the hamstrings, so be really mindful here. As you inhale, come back into high lunge. Left knee directly over left ankle or slightly behind. As you inhale, hands to the heart and then out in front. Open up the left arm, look out over your left shoulder. Get as long and as expansive as you can. Fingers are strong, arms are engaged. Inhale, hands back in front and to the heart. From here, we'll take standing split, so bring the fingertips down to the ground. Push all your weight into your left foot and lift the back leg as high as you can. Don't worry about getting perfectly straight. Just breathe into any areas of tension and get as long as you can. Inhale, feet together. Forward fold. Let your head be heavy. And as you inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Bring the hands to the heart. On the next inhale, place all your weight onto your left foot. On all four corners of the left foot, the weight is evenly distributed as you lift up the right knee. Right toes are bright. Interlace the fingers and bring the hands underneath the foot. Stay here, or if you're feeling really open, you can extend the leg. If you can extend all the way, then you can think about bringing your head down towards your shin. But think about the back being really long, especially the low back. That's where you want to feel the release. And of course, you want to feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Keep the right toes engaged. And when you release, bend the left knee to protect the hamstring. And then take the left hand to the right knee and open up the right arm, looking out over the right shoulder. So we're doing a little twist here. Hips stay forward, but the shoulders twist. As you inhale, take the hands down to the ground. We're going to come into half moon pose. So open up the right hip, find your balance, and lift the right arm. You want to have a broad chest. The top leg is lifted, the toes are bright. Look down at the ground, or you can look to the side. And when you're ready, drop back for Warrior Two. So if you're on a yoga mat, you want to have your back leg parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms are strong. And when you're ready, reach the right hand down to the leg and lift the left arm, feeling a nice, long, good stretch in the left side body. As you inhale, bring the hands down and step forward for forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, feet are together. Exhale, hands to the heart. As you inhale, shift all your weight into your right foot and lift the left leg. Interlace the fingers, slide the hands underneath the foot, hold here, or extend the leg. So if you're holding, you want to make sure that you're not pushing into your hands with your foot. You want to use your core strength to keep that leg lifted. If you've extended the leg, you can bring the head down towards the leg, but think about releasing tension in the low back. As you release the pose, take the arms up overhead, then bring the right hand to the left knee. Keep the left foot engaged. Use your core to stand straight up. Try not to lean back as you look out over your left shoulder. On the next inhale, we'll come into half moon pose. So bring the hands down to the ground. Back leg is lifted, open up the left hip. Left toes point out to your left. And you'll lift the left arm. You can look down at the ground or out to your side, whatever works best for you. On your next inhale, bend the front leg. Slowly, with control, drop back to Warrior Two. So left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat if you're on a mat. Arms are strong, fingers are engaged. Exhale the shoulders away from your ears, and when you're ready, lower the left fingertips down to the leg and lift the right arm for a good stretch in the right side body. As you inhale, bring the fingertips down to the ground, left heel lifts, and we'll step the feet together for forward fold. As you inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back. Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands to the heart. As you inhale, bend the knees deeply and cross the right foot over the left thigh for standing pigeon pose. The closer you get your upper body down towards your legs, the more you'll feel it in the hips. Keep the right toes active. Keep your back flat. Try not to arch. Press evenly into all four corners of the left foot. And when you're ready, come to stand on that left foot and take the right foot into the left hip crease. Bring the right hand to the heart, maybe the left hand too, or keep the left hand on the foot. When you're ready, hinge at the hips and come forward. Now this requires a lot of openness in the hips, so if your right knee is not in line with your left leg, just stay standing straight up. Otherwise, take the forward fold, and if it's in your practice, you can reach around and bind. From here, we're going to come into toe stand. So take a flat back, walk the hands out in front, and bend the standing leg. Come to balance on the ball of the foot. Take one hand up, maybe the other. As you press down with the foot, lift up. Long line of energy from the toes all the way up through the crown of the head. And when you're ready, release the pose. We'll come into a forward fold. Keep a little micro bend in the left leg as you come to stand. If you've been standing this whole time, that's no problem. Don't get down on yourself about it. We'll come out of it together. Release the right leg, feet together, and then just shake it out. Taking it to the other side, put all of your weight on all four corners of the right foot. Bend the knees deeply and cross the left foot over the right thigh. Left toes are engaged, standing pigeon pose. So the closer you get your upper body down to your legs, the more you'll feel it in the hips. Sink your hips low, sink your chest low. And when you're ready, we'll come to stand on the right foot. Take the left foot into the right hip crease, and you might find that one side is easier or more challenging than the other. Don't overthink it. That's pretty normal. Take the left hand to the heart, maybe the right hand also. And you can stay there, or if it's in your practice, come forward. So only really come forward if your left knee is in line with your right leg. If it's out in front, don't worry about it. Just stay where you are. If you've taken the forward fold, you can come into a bind if that's in your practice. You want to keep the right kneecap lifted so the hamstring is engaged, the quadriceps engaged, and the hamstring is protected. We'll take toe stand from here. So walk the hands out and then bend the standing leg. You want to keep the left toes active, so you're really protecting that ankle too. And take one hand up, maybe the other. Again, one side might feel more easy or more difficult. Just let it go. Try not to overthink anything. When you're ready, release the pose, and we'll meet in standing before releasing the pose completely. Shake it out and let it go. Bring the feet together, knees together. On the next inhale, we'll take Utkatasana, chair pose. So squeeze the legs together. Sit low, keep your back long, and bring the hands to the heart. On the next inhale, heart comes forward. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Make sure that your knees stay in line with each other. The tendency is for the left knee to come forward. Look out over your right shoulder. From here, we're going to take side crow or stay where you are, your choice. So hands will be a little bit wider than shoulder distance. And then you'll tiptoe your toes to the side, maybe lift one foot, maybe the other. Keep pressing the mat away from you. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in chair pose variation. You can also open up the arms if that feels good for you. And then come back to Utkatasana. We'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to turn so you can see. Sit low. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, left elbow straight up to the sky, then check in with your knees to make sure they're in line with each other. Stay here, or come into side crow. So the hands are slightly wider than shoulder distance. Tiptoe the toes out to the side, lift the hips, lift the top leg, maybe the bottom leg. Toes are bright, thighs are squeezing, and you have a sense of lift in the whole body. Inhale back into side chair. Open the arms if you like. And we'll meet in Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, Tadasana. Interlace the fingers behind your back, send your hips forward, let your head go, lean back as far as you can, but you want to feel length in your spine, so no compression in the low back. As you inhale, come to stand in Tadasana. Take a couple deep breaths just to catch your breath. Quiet your mind. When thoughts come, just let them go. Come back to your center. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward, chin to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step back, plank pose. Lower for chaturanga, up dog, down dog. On your next inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, shoulders over your wrists. Slide the outside edge of the right foot underneath you and lift the left arm. Lift the hips, lift the chest. Big stretch in the whole front body, and then come back to three-legged dog. From here, bend the knee, open up the hips, and flip the dog if that's in your practice. Lift the hips, lift the chest, long body. As you inhale, you're going to come into kind of a side plank, but step that front foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up for high lunge. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and step to the front of the mat, feet together. As you inhale, forward fold. Lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands into the mat, step or jump back, plank pose. Lower for chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, shoulders over wrists. Bring the outside edge of the left foot underneath you. Lift the hips, lift the chest, long front body. Inhale back to three-legged dog. From here, bend the knee, open up the hip, flip the dog if it's in your practice. Want one long line of energy from the toes through the fingers. And then we'll come into that side plank as you bring the right foot to the front of the mat. So it's really using your core strength. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, bend the back knee and the elbows and step to the front of the mat. As you inhale, arms out in front, feet together, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, squeeze the legs together, come down slower than you want to go. And have a seat on the ground. Bring your first 2 fingers and hook them around your big toes, lifting and extending your legs if that's available to you. Keep the feet together and then pull your chest towards your legs. If you fall out of it, it's no big deal. On the next inhale, we'll release the pose. Bring the left foot out in front as you sit cross-legged. Bring the right hand to the heart, left hand to the stomach. Close your eyes. Collarbones are broad. Just taking a moment to find your center. Relax your breath, relax your thoughts. Just kind of a reminder to yourself to stay in the moment. Release. Come to balance on your sits bones and grab hold of your big toes. Extend your legs if that's available to you. Push out through the bottoms of the feet. Spread the toes. Draw your pinkies towards your face. And then pull the legs back towards you. Keep your chest lifted. And then release, bringing your right foot out in front as you sit cross-legged. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the stomach. Close your eyes. Feel the sensation as you breathe. On your next inhale, send your legs out in front and come into Shavasana. Turn your palms up to the sky, take your feet a little bit wider than mat distance, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your eyes sink deeper into the sockets. Close your mouth, but part your teeth, releasing any tension from the jaw. Let your whole body be really heavy. Make a promise to yourself to try to think nothing. So if a thought comes, just let it go without giving it any energy or attention. And for the next few minutes, just stay here, letting your body absorb all the good things you just did.